Hello and welcome back to my show. I hope you're well. Let's talk some serious business. Now, you remember I mentioned the article, The Allegory of the Hawk and the Serpent, where the author had said that we need to understand what secular collapse is in an unsteady market that we are experiencing as we speak. So he said, in order to understand why secular change is a must, we must understand secular collapse, which means, he said, secular collapse is always the result of a slowdown in growth combined with too much debt, which we're having right about now, which cascades into crisis as debt holders are unable to service or roll obligations. And in times of uncertainty, which we live in now, George Gammon financial guru, had advised us to, in these times, to choose assets that outperform when asset prices are going up. And those would be like commodity stocks, I think is what he said. Do you remember that? Go back to my video just to make sure. And mining stocks, precious metals, because those will increase your purchasing power long term, right? That's what we learned. Isn't that what we learned? Okay. And so if anything, Weimar Germany, 1922 could teach us is the people during that time had said that they're the savers, right? The ones that put their money in the bank and were living off of pensions, disability checks. They said we were bankrupted. And so let's fast forward to our times right now, right? Where I read a Zero Hedge article in March where it said, the article is titled Consequences Are Unavoidable, where the author says there that the growing crisis for pension savers is a direct consequence of interest rates repressed, correct. So the author, Bill Blaine, says the following quote, increasing stress in pension schemes to match low-yielding assets to rising liability, the longer interest rates are repressed, the less pension schemas are going to be able to fund expectations, triggering all kinds of potential social consequences. What's the point in saving when savings are worth nothing? He's right about that. So let's go back to Germany between 1919 and 1924, where one German summed it all up pretty well. And you'll see. Tell me if you see any of this today. He says, of course, all the little people who had small savings were wiped out. But the big factories and the bank houses and multimillionaires didn't seem to be affected at all. Like the Amazons, the Walmarts, and you name it. They went right on piling up their millions. Those big holdings were protected somehow from loss. Anyone know why? Okay, corporate bailouts, things like that nature, cool stuff. But the mass of the people were completely broke. And we asked ourselves, how can that happen? How is it that the government can't control an inflation which wipes out the life savings of the mass of the people? But the big capitalists came through the whole thing unscathed. We who lived through it never got an answer that meant anything. But after that, even those people who used to save didn't trust money anymore or the government. Take home message for the rest of us, right? So let's go to some other news. The market, where the price of silver has went down to $25, but there seems to be a mass shortage, and some precious metal experts are saying that we are months away from seeing silver go to $50 a pop. So, as silver, we're having a silver squeeze or shortage, the dollar fell. Gold went up $8 to $17.33. While CNBC reported that the 10-year went down 3 basis points to 1.61%. A rate hit a 14-month high this past week, where Seattle Times reported that crude oil prices they rose to $61 a barrel. And anything else in the news? No, I want to mention one thing to you guys. Are you guys noticing that you're going to the grocery store? You're going to the grocery store and you're noticing inflation's hitting you right in the face. I mean, I go shopping. I try to go every 2 weeks, but I'm spending minimum one shopping spree, $100, and I'm getting barely anything for my money. Most of the time when I go shopping, I spend on average $200. So, and still I feel like it's nothing, like thin air. Right? Are you guys feeling that, or is it just me? Tell me, please, in the threads. I'd like to know what are you guys seeing out there in the market? Another thing I wanted to mention is that I've learned that those poor immigrants. Let's talk on a humanitarian aspect. They are humans. That the cartels, they're paying cartels to get overboard, off the ship, away from their countries, and the drug cartels are basically handcuffing them, tracking them down, putting trackers on them until they pay them. So now I know why immigrants are taking 2 to 3 jobs. It's understandable. They're under a humanitarian crisis, as well as this country is on economic crisis or crunch. But either way, we gotta take care of our own first. And I really sympathize with the immigrants. I believe they're here for the right reasons. They're hard workers. But we gotta, how they say, charity starts at home. But perhaps we could help them and love them from a distance. Is that fair? So yeah, my heart goes out to the immigrants. I mean, they're basically tied down to the cartel because the cartel puts trackers on them where they track down them and their families. And if they don't pay, you know what the consequence is, right? It could be devastating. So thank you for watching. That's all I have as far as the news. Tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods. Are you guys feeling all that? The inflation? Thank you for watching, for your support and the additional subscribers. Please like and subscribe and bring some more people down so I can give you guys some more content and some more prepping. I already know you guys are intellectuals. You're intelligent people. You guys are already ahead of the curve, ahead of the game. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in my next video. Be blessed, be safe, and take care of yourselves. Bye.